Hi, my name is Sergeant Matt Jacobsen, M-A-T-T-J-A-C-O-B-S-E-N. I'm the sergeant with the Major Crimes Unit within the Detective Division of the Portland Police Bureau. Today we're here to talk about an incident that occurred on August 2nd of this year in the early morning hours, about 3:30 in the morning, in the 500 block of Northeast Holladay Street here in the city of Portland. Yesterday, we were made aware of this incident after maintenance work at the location reported some pretty significant animal abuse to the Oregon Humane Society. They reached out to their law enforcement partners, and ultimately the report came to us. Upon viewing the report, we were able to view video of the incident, which showed an unidentified white male significantly beating a completely helpless animal in an elevator. And I'm open for questions or anything else you'd like.
Sure. As part of the release, the other part of this was, I believe you had attached or hung the dog to a fire extinguisher as well. Is this the maintenance worker that saw this going on? How exactly were you become aware of this?
So we did so we produced a news release which included a link to the Portland Police Bureau's YouTube channel. As part of that release, we did add some pretty significant details of this event. Aside from the dog being struck multiple times with a leash or some other projectile object, we do believe this person hung the dog in some fashion from some sort of fire extinguisher or hook on the wall. The person that reported this to the Oregon Humane Society, it's our belief, came upon this footage and rightfully so, felt the need to report it to law enforcement.
And then where the dog is now?
So this is an active investigation. We believe we have an idea of where the dog may be. Our detectives are working continuously through the day to identify and find that animal and make sure it receives the medical treatment that it needs. We're obviously also working around the clock trying to identify our suspect in this and anybody else that may have information.
Is there a belief that this person maybe lives in the apartment complex, that he's going up and down the elevator?
So we're unsure of where this person resides. We do know, based on information we gathered, that they frequent that particular area, generally speaking, the Lloyd district of the city. So we're asking anybody that frequents that area or may have other information to keep an eye out for this person and follow the instructions on our news release and contact our lead detective.
Do we have any sort of suspect description that people should be looking out for?
Yeah, so we released a Maddie.
Yeah.
Do we?
6 foot.
Yeah.
75. I mean, like.
Yeah.
If
How
you
old?
put a
How
picture
old?
that's gonna-
Early 30s.
Early 30s.
Cross tattoos on the right.
Right. So at this time, the suspect we're looking for is a white male in his early 30s, approximately 6 foot tall, and we have been able to identify that the person has a cross tattoo on their right forearm.
In situations like this, when you release videos or photos of a suspect, how common is it, and how long does it usually take to track an individual down like that?
So our response from releasing information varies. Our hope in a case like this that is wildly atrocious and just absolutely unacceptable, that we would get quite a few tips quickly. I think that situations like this appeal to everybody's sense of duty to work with the police and work with law enforcement to make sure this person is held accountable.
Is there any concern that that's not his dog, that he just grabbed the dog, or are you under the impression that's his dog in your house?
I don't think we've gotten that far in the investigation to know. Right now our priority is locating that animal, make sure we are able to provide it care, and then identifying and holding that person accountable.
There's a lot of things going on in Portland right now. Why is this so important right now for this particular incident?
Right. So my unit is the Major Crimes Unit within the Detective Division. Generally, we focus on violent person crimes like armed robberies or aggravated assaults. The unique thing about our team is we're able to be flexible and agile to all sorts of different cases. A case like this goes without saying that needs to be worked by a skilled group of investigators. So we're able to pivot. Additionally, a person that's willing to do that to a helpless animal, it doesn't Additionally, a person that's willing to do that to a helpless animal, we have significant concerns about being out in our community where they could harm another animal or a person.
What type of charges would you imagine this person could be looking at potentially, just based on what you've learned in the video that's come out?
Right now, we'd be looking at felony animal. Well, hold on. Right now, we're investigating this as an animal abuse case. I think as our investigation is ongoing and we're able to develop more information, we have a better idea. We work closely with the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office on these type of cases, and I'd be premature to discuss any specific charges until we're able to develop more information.
I've seen the video. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah, I've watched the video in its entirety. I was able to watch it yesterday. I've watched it several times today. It's absolutely atrocious. Whether it's a child or a helpless animal or any type of vulnerable thing that is attacked, it's very difficult to watch. And again, I go back to anybody that's able to see that footage. I hope it compels them to provide us any information that they may have.
Over the years, done stories where they speak to somebody who acts this way towards animals.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Well, somebody who acts this way towards an animal have also in the past many times people who also create other violent crimes.
Right.
Is this one of the reasons this is important for you to find him?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, anybody that's willing to do this to a helpless and vulnerable animal, we have significant concern about what they may be capable of doing to another person or another animal. There's no question that violence of this type could easily be transferred to a person, and is another reason it's appropriate that the Major Crimes Unit is addressing this case.
I think that's it, yeah.
Anything else we're missing? Anything you'd like to add?
If anybody has any information, I'd ask them to contact the lead investigator on this case, Detective Matthew Brown, and we've disseminated his contact information in our news release.
And I'm sure you guys have seen it too, but the intentionality when that guy walks onto the elevator and he stops doing it and he's the loving, so I just think you should point that out.
You want me to speak to it a little
yeah,
bit?
if you can just, that last thing, just like the intentionality in the action.
So I've had the opportunity to watch the video several times, once yesterday and several times today. I think the thing to point out is the pretty significant intentionality around his actions. He's actively abusing the animal and then stops and waits as the door opens or a subject comes in, and then resumes that behavior once he believes the coast is clear. To us, that shows that this individual knew exactly what he was doing and was taking the steps to conceal it from the public.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.